All right, everyone. I'm back. Your favorite political innovator, David Washington, here at JN Washington from Washington Manor South. Hey, so I really wanted to talk about this topic today with my dear friend Jimmy Alfont on From the Margins with James Alfont. However, Jimmy is in Boston and he is at a stamp convention. So I want to wish Jimmy a safe trip, that he comes back safely, and I am looking forward to another round of From the Margins with James Afine. But anyway, I bring this up. It's Thursday, May 8th or 9th? May 28th. And 2 days ago, we had more primaries in the nation. And more specifically, I was checking out Texas, like just about any other political that matters, right? And specifically checking out the John Cornyn versus Ken Paxton election. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh because, I was looking at the prediction markets and on Monday, I think it was, and maybe it was Sunday night, it by far had Ken Paxton winning. And however, the polls were like, this was going Cornyn's way. But again, you know how I feel about polls. And if you don't, polls don't really mean anything except for the one on election day. But the prediction markets, people are putting money where their mouths are. And they were right about Ken Paxton. And they were right about the margin that Ken Paxton defeated sitting incumbent Senator John Cornyn. And what I really want to talk about was that, and going into that election, I already knew that Trumpism was winning. Whether it was the primaries the week before or whatever, Trump has gone 117 to 0 for establishment Republicans. Or to be more exact, those candidates, governor, Senate, House of Representatives, those candidates, Republican candidates that President Donald J. Trump endorsed, all 117 of them have won. Trumpism is alive and well. Tellerico, this is a side note. This is Beto O'Rourke version 2, and probably not as fun as Beto or as exciting as Beto. However, regardless of what you want to say about Ken Paxton's issues, Ken Paxton delivers for Texas. He delivers for Trump. If there's something that Trump is doing, he's the first one in court. He's the first one as a Texan, as the Texas AG, to do something about supporting the president's initiatives. And what voters demonstrated in this primary was that they want someone who will support the president's agenda because they believe the president's agenda is a winning one. It is what it is. And I'm not even going to call this going out on a limb. And I was waiting to see what happened in Texas. And I didn't have to wait long. I really didn't have to wait for the results because I knew what the results were going to be. And this may be, you may say, "Oh, David, you're saying that because it's the Thursday after the primary." No. If you've been following this channel, if you've been following the other properties in our network, you see where we were going with this. The Republicans will maintain the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate in 2026. The midterms belong to the Republicans. And I'm not saying that because I favor the Republican Party or any of their candidates. That's my private issue. What I'm saying, when you look at the party, when you look at Trumpism and its grip on the Republicans, Trumpism is winning, whether it's in the administration, in his policies, or Trump's endorsement of Republican candidates. They're winning. And it's still early for a lot of the policies that the Trump administration has instituted to play itself out. Now you want to bring up gas prices. Okay? Gas prices were just as high during Biden's administration. We survived it. I don't see any gas lines. Do you? People are still going to work. People are still going on vacation. I know some folks are on the cruise. Some folks just, flew to Europe for a week. Truflation, a more accurate account of the economy, of inflation in the U.S. economy, is just under 3%. Truflation. 3% is not 9%. 3% is not 7%. 3% is not 5%. Looking at millions of data points, Truflation has our inflation rate here in the United States at 3%. And yes, that's taking into consideration the cost of transportation, gas, groceries, all those things. Those are just a few of the data points in the overall economic picture. I'm not buying the car every day of the week. I'm not buying the car every year. I'm not buying a house every day of the year or every year. There are certain expenses that you're just not going to buy on a daily, weekly, monthly, or even yearly basis. 3% sounds about right. My 30 eggs that I bought today, they're about $6 for 30 eggs. I'll take that. I'm okay with that. I am. But back to the Republicans as I wrap this up. The Republicans are clearly in the driver's seat. As I posted on social media earlier today, Trumpism has a path to winning in 2026 midterms. Not just winning, dominating. The redistricting of various state congressional maps. We're on the verge of a brokered peace with Iran. We're seeing immigration come under control. We're seeing more and more people becoming entrepreneurs. We're seeing a larger attempt to institutionalize the American political economic system. National sovereignty, America first. We're bringing back manufacturing. We're opening up for gas exploration, oil exploration. The United States of America is actually exporting oil to other countries. So why isn't gas lower? That's because we, the United States, do not control the pricing of oil on the world market. That would be the folks at the City of London Incorporated. And until we, the United States and its allies, control the pricing of oil in the futures market, maybe we'll go to the West Texas Intermediate Standard and no longer the Brent oil futures. Oil pricing is out of our control at this time. But anyway, Democrats, you know, Democrats have issues. Debbie Wasserman Schultz here in Florida, the DNC autopsy that never was, redistricting. Democrats will have their wins in their pockets in different states. They'll eat each other alive, and the strongest will survive. Blue states will be blue states, but marginally. Democrats have to have solid policy that a majority of Democrats, independents, and some Republicans, like-minded Republicans, will rally around and start electing Democrats. Right now, I don't see that. Many of the Democrat favorites have been defeated in the primaries. They're retiring, or they're under investigation and had to resign. It is what it is. Democrats have a very tough upward battle for 2028. It was nice to have those special election wins for, some state senate or state representative office. That's cute and all. However, it's short term. And the Republicans, or let's say Trumpism, is definitely in control here. And what can Democrats do? I don't know. It's not looking good. Anyway, I've been waiting all day to do this. Unfortunately, we could not do our usual recording of Marcus Village. However, we'll be back next week. But I had to get this out and talk to y'all about what I see. And I made the prediction. Trumpism or the Republicans, the GOP, will dominate the 2028 midterms at the federal level. They'll do well at the state level. And they'll do well at the local level. But I'm making my predictions pretty much in regards to the federal level. So, hold me accountable when that time comes. I'll be there. Let's check it out. We'll see you the next time. This is David Washington. This is David Washington's show. If you have friends, family members, those influencers in the wild that who could benefit from this content, especially candidates and electeds, please share this with them. And don't hesitate to comment. I love responding to our comments. And boy, you guys got me writing a lot. But anyway, God bless. I love you. This is the David Washington Show. Hey, I'm going to do a battlefield correspondent episode tomorrow on Orange County Commissioner Myra Uribe, with all the hoopla over her resign to run status. I think she's onto something, believe it or not. And who knows? Maybe it's a good strategy. We'll see you the next time. God bless. I love you.